Ciao a tutti, benvenuti in questo nuovo gioco. Ho deciso di provare Sherlock Holmes, che l'avevo comprato tra virgolette perché era gratuito, comunque pochi giorni fa, e ho deciso di provarlo finalmente. Ho fatto una nuova partita. La storia della cintura celeste, in memoria. Non so cosa sia, comunque sembra una serie TV. Sì, una sigla di una serie TV. Gestirla sui giochi che faccio premendo F1. Ogni volta che compiuto installazione di persona appare sotto della scheda di tradizione. Il cuore della sezione appare in modo che trovi nuovi indizi. Continua. Ok. Cosa sto facendo? Riparo, metti a riparo.
Holmes, will you stop that?
Perché? Forse devo avvicinarmi a lui per disarmarlo,
You are utterly
per
mad.
togliergli la benda.
Stop, Holmes!
Is that you, Watson?
Yes, of course it is. And you almost killed me.
Nonsense. I was aiming for the vases.
Blindfolded?
Watson, quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate. Ah, Lestrade. What is it this time?
He can see me. Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes. A gentleman by the name of Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, has been murdered.
A sailor, most probably.
What happened here?
Oh, Mr. Holmes, how could you?
It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
You're out of your mind.
I missed 4 out of 10.
Given you were blindfolded, that was very good. Can I have a try?
Am I the only sane one here?
I suppose that Watson is right, Inspector. A little brain work would be preferable now. Do please tell us more about Black Peter.
Peter Carey, born in 1845 and 50 years old. An ambitious sort, he achieved much success in seal and whale hunting around Scandinavia. Retired in 1884 with a small fortune. He invested his money in a property called Woodman's Lee, near Forest Row in Sussex. It was where he lived for 6 years, where he was found dead yesterday.
Has the investigation already begun?
Yes and no. In fact, this crime is so mysterious that I would prefer you to join me down there.
Give me half an hour to prepare, Inspector.
Take your time and join me there. I have to go through the yard first. The merry men struck again.
What have they done this time?
They robbed a powder reserve. I'll meet you at Woodman's Lee, Mr. Holmes.
I should help Mrs. Hudson here. I also have several appointments that I must keep this afternoon.
I shall go alone, then.
Allora, sta constatare i tuoi progressi attuali nelle indagini e cariche. Tab. Per lo stato scegli l'abito indossare. Aspetta. Ora vediamo un pochino. Allora, diceva F1. Oddio, che cavolo. Ah, è figo però. Caps lock. Corri. Classico. Aiuto, cambia personaggi. Come cambia personaggi? Troppa roba da ricordare, cazzo. Aspetta, fammi un po' rivedere. Cambia personaggi, questa è bella. Allora, in questo caso non posso. Io, ti muovi. Dove devo andare a cambiarmi?
Oh, what a mess! What a terrible mess!
Non devo cambiarmi.
I cannot leave yet. I am not finished here.
Vorrebbe vedere. Questa sarà la mia camera. Ah, poi mi dà l'idea che sia quella di YouTube WhatsApp. Infatti non ci sono indizi. Cioè non c'è niente da fare, volevo dire. Ecco, questa già potrebbe essere più la mia. Il tavolo da trucco? Marinai. Sputtanato informale. Nero. Marrone. Verde, dai. Oh, basta. Perché no? Ah, ma sono tutti bloccati, cazzo, che... Sono tutti bloccati. Questa immagine, sì. Virtuale. Sì, infatti. Ora, quasi quasi io faccio fare così. Prove. Noto. Ok. Io dov'è che devo andare al mercato? Allora, io poi devo andare... Buono qua, credo. Mi sa... Carichi. Le prove, i documenti, non c'è niente. Inviare. Ah, beh, ci sono tutti. Che figata. Bello. Così non mi perdo niente. Cazzo veramente vedi sto gioco?
Mr. Holmes, I'm over here. Come on.
Dove sta? Ah, ok. Corsetta.
Inspector Lestrade, when will you remove my husband's body? It's sacrilegious to leave him here like this.
As soon as we can, Mrs. Carey, I assure you. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Sherlock Holmes. He's a detective. No doubt you've heard of him. I'll wait for you in front of the cabin, Mr. Holmes.
My condolences, Mrs. Carey.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
Quindi beh, sono le domande che devo fare.
Madam, can you tell me if you saw or heard anything unusual upon the night of the murder?
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a terrible scream. But I thought nothing of it then. He would scream all the time when he was drunk.
Do you remember at what time you found your husband's body?
In the morning, at around 7 o'clock, I noticed the cabin door was open, but I didn't go in to take a look, for I knew my husband would not have liked it. At around 10 o'clock, I dared to glance in through the door and... oh dear.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes, life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Scegli una prova.
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary.
Was your husband accustomed to receiving visitors?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I mean, he didn't really have many friends. He lived quite an isolated life here, after his retirement.
Can you please tell me what occurred on the evening of the murder?
Well, Peter got drunk in the evening. He was in such a terrible temper. Usually, whenever that happened, he'd stay all night drinking in his cabin before passing out.
Thank you, madam.
Una bella vita, insomma. Sficia la cosa, non difficile, compito. giovane intraprese viaggi campagna da qualche parte vicino altri dove è possibile trovare le vicine e religione la giovane è religioso, quindi si suppone che non avrebbe mai ucciso il marito. Parla.
Mr. Holmes? Mr.
Sì.
Holmes?
Si uno di poche parole, ok?
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
E quindi
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
lui non li fa camminare in mezzo al giardino, giustamente è un'educazione, eh? Si può trascurare. Particolari che non ti potrebbero trascurare. Tipo? Terra intorno.
These footprints appear to be quite large.
Ok, va bene.
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin. We took care not to touch anything.
Sì, vedi?
Mr. Holmes?
Sì.
The door is locked.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it. I locked it yesterday to ensure that no one should enter the cabin and tamper with the evidence.
Ah, good thinking.
Hello, hello, hello.
What is it, Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Ah,
Let me see.
in effetti sì. Ci sono delle righe, ma mi sa che non intendevo quello. Ok, T per vedere meglio. Serratura. Graffi.
These scratches are fresh.
Qualcuno voleva inquinare le prove.
You're right. Someone tried to force open the door.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Now, a mysterious visitor came here last night.
Well, he's not the man for the job. This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool.
E con qui chiudiamo l'episodio. Per la prossima volta magari andrò avanti.